Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Broken Out game video. First time here, welcome aboard. Is Princess Connect Redive a free-to-play friendly game? This is an age-old question that gets asked in every single gacha game. Let's go over a few things. So, Google spreadsheets, links in the description. This is going to be pretty much a gem breakdown monthly based off of the Princess Connect Redive Discord. So if you want to check it out there, feel free to do so. This is the way it works, right? So you can get 560 gems per month if you get the 20 daily gems per day. You can get up to 1120 gems if you can get pretty much 40 gems a day. That's roughly like top 5,000, which I think everyone can reach. If you can reach top 100, you get a little bit more gems. If you clear main storyline, you get to 1500 gems, and if you participate in clan battle, normally people would get around 1000 gems. You know, we've talked about clan battle before. Pretty much the rewards can range up to like 5,000 if you're in the top 50, you know, top 4,000 and top 300, so on and so forth. I think most of us are probably going to be sitting around, you know, 3,000 to above 15,000 range. So you can at least get 1 to 2 multis for the clan battle. But of course that will vary because, you know, we don't know the clan battle gems and all that stuff, right? This will roughly leave us around 2,680, you know, jewels or gems. I only took these 3 values into account. This one takes in these 5 values into account, and then this one roughly takes in all of the values into account. All right, so just so you guys can see how this Google sheet is broken down. Some of you are probably wondering, is Princess Connect free to play friendly though? Even though we can average, you know, a pretty decent amount of jewels monthly, I would say. By the way, if you made it this far to the video, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment and leave a like. 7,500 subs will be doing a giveaway. I will have to say yes. In the very beginning, like any other gacha game, Princess Connect is very free to play friendly. Let me show you an example of pretty much how you can get 5 stars absolutely for free within Princess Connect Redive. So this is Nozomi, right? I have 141 shards of her. If you're wondering how I got it, let's go ahead and grab all of these. All right, we're gonna buy them, and then after that we are gonna go ahead and refresh it. All right, so now that we bought them, we're like, okay, I got these 3. I'm gonna reset now. And what some folks like to do is they buy that specific shard again. I pretty much have 145, so I'm not gonna buy any more of those. What I greatly advise is pretty much focusing on one unit and getting them to, you know, whichever rank that you want, or obtaining them. So for example, I am now ready to unlock Nozomi. After I have acquired 145 shards of her, I hit unlock. If you're wondering how long this took roughly a month. I did get the pack, which is roughly $8. So that monthly pack, in my opinion, is worth it to double your dungeon coins, and you can get your free Nozomi just like me. So it doesn't really take that long to get, you know, quote unquote very meta characters. And this is how some people have been essentially raising Nozomi to, you know, the highest degree, where she's like 5-star for some people, right? Where is Nozomi? Nozomi, where are you? Here's Nozomi. So she is right here, 3-star, 1 rank. Let's go ahead and rank her up because why not? And this is how it flows. Like, I think Princess Connect Redive is friendly with the way it places its shards in the game. All right, so you have 2 of the best units in the actual dungeon shop, which is the easiest shop to pretty much acquire shards, which is going to be Maho and Nozomi, which are very high tiered for pretty much EN/global. And not to mention, you can get Yukari, who is pretty much the best 1-star to 2-star fairly quickly as well. IMO, it's probably more important to get Yukari to 2-star as soon as possible if you have her, than obtaining 1 copy of either Maho or Nozomi. That's just a personal preference, just because you can instantly use Yukari because she's a 1-star character. But if you want to, you can instantly go for Nozomi and just farm her shards out. Like I said, what people like to do is you essentially just be like, I need Maho shards now, so I'm just gonna buy Maho shards, and then I'm gonna hit refresh and keep buying those until eventually I have enough to pretty much, you know, pity for her, right? Or get enough shards, which is the 145 mark like you guys saw earlier. Usually I stop right around when I hit 50, so now that I've hit 50, I'm not going to refresh anymore. But as you can see, I have 106 shards, so roughly in, I would say 2 days, I should be able to, or 3 days, I should be able to get 145 shards of Maho. So that's how pretty much, you know, pitying characters from the dungeon shop works. Really amazing feature, and I think that makes Princess Connect fairly free to play friendly. So let's jump into other things. There is a video floating around with Timaeus, wonderful guy, and pretty much you can get 60k gems just going into arena. If you can get like around top 10, right? And he did this with, you know, the following characters. That's how he did his, was Miyako and Akari, and he pretty much pushed with those characters in top 10 arena and battle arena, and I'm assuming he did something in princess arena to get the 60,000 in total. Check out his video for more details. What I'm trying to tell you is that it'll be easy to get, at least for me, I got 30,000 gems right now. I have 30,000 right there. I did a couple of pulls, like, and then I wanted a little bit more, so I did like an extra like 1 or 2 more, so I'm probably like 4 or 5 deep, like multis wise, right? And I don't have like the best characters. I'm not gonna say like I'm god rolled, because I only have Monica and Makoto. Yukari, I 3-starred her with like the dungeon shop shards, right? And as far as everything goes, I feel like I'm in okay state because I do have a bunch of characters that I can raise shard wise. So this begs to question though, how much does it take to pity a character? JP, it costs roughly 45,000 gems to pity a character. If you do the math on the amount of gems that costs, you know, 5,500 is essentially a pack in global. So let's go ahead and go over here. So you go into the pack section. We're not looking at the $80, you know, value pack. We're looking at this $80 5,500 jewel pack. So if you buy this 8 times, that's essentially almost 45,000 crystals, right? In some ways you could be like, wow, that is a lot of money. That's technically like $640. Well, the thing is I don't think a lot of us will be hitting pity, and I don't think a lot of us will be doing that amount of pulls. So recommended characters I would say to pull year 1 would be June, Carol, Christina, Mumi, and New Year's Yui. Honestly, you could survive just by pulling Summer Carol and then waiting for pre-fest, which is pretty much double rates. And I pretty much did all the breakdowns. If you're doing PvP, this is probably the costliest one. If you're trying to stay meta relevant, you know, some people were asking, is there power creep in the banners? Like, is it to the sense where the meta is constantly shifting, where I have to pretty much pull on every single banner that appears? For story mode, no, because for example, we've talked about it before, June is pretty much the character who will always be meta relevant throughout story. Now, if we're talking about PvP and we're talking about clan battle, better units will appear. But the thing is if you're in PvP, you're essentially working by yourself. So you're gonna pretty much have to pull for those units and go a little bit crazier, like I can show here, right? If you're participating in clan battle, I've talked about it before, but essentially you can, thanks for the likes, and in clan battle, you can actually go into your support settings and you can have people use your support characters. So IMO, it's a little bit more free to play friendly to be in a really good clan because you can borrow your friend's Gita or borrow your friend's Makoto, so on and so forth, where you don't have to worry about pulling for XYZ character, and hence why the clan battle route is a lot more free to play friendly. Now, if you want to actively engage in that content and always be good at that content, it's going to obviously cost you more. But I think as a free to play player, you are not going to actively participate in that, you know, content, like participating in the top 3,000, I would say, right? So if you can probably operate between like the 3,000 to 5,000 bracket, which is roughly 1 to 2 multis a month. So I think that will be okay for free to play standards, right? And I'm not saying that, you know, you have to be a massive whale to compete. I'm saying that with any gacha that has some form of competition, of course, they're going to release characters that are really good for pretty much banners, right? You don't want your gacha to essentially be stale and you get really boring heroes every single new banner. I've experienced that in another game in Illusion Connect, where pretty much every character they release is boring and it doesn't really add something different to the meta, and it hurts the player base more not adding some sort of character that can do something a little bit different, something that can give you a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph, you know what I mean? That is a trade-off with any game. If you want to be meta relevant, if you want to be competitive, yes, it's not going to be free to play friendly because you signed up for competition, you know what I mean? But can you enjoy Princess Connect Redive at a decent level as a free to play friendly? Of course you can. That's without question, just because of the fact, like me, I've only done 4 or 5 roles and I have a decent roster, and I'm, you know, pretty much participating within PvP, at least within like the top, you know, 2,000, right? And it's not something to a point where it's like I have to be part of like, you know, the top 10 or whatever in order to be happy. No, because in the reward section, if you go to reward list, you just have to be part of the top 5,000, and then you can essentially score 25 gems per month. So you can see it here. If you ball below 5,000, it's only 15 gems a day, and now if you're above 5,000, you're pretty much getting 20 like gems a day. You have to hit like top 1,000 to get 25, and then if you want to get anything above, you know, top 1,000, you have to hit top 100, so on and so forth. Honestly, if I had like units like Hatsune and Karu, it'd be much easier to push arena and whatnot, but for my purposes, I'm happy with where I'm at. I'll probably pull later and worry about this more later. My main focus right now is just enjoying myself in Princess Connect and, you know, doing clan battles. One of the things that I have to really advise in Princess Connect is don't be focused on pulling the next brightest, shiniest unit. Just focus on, you know, pulling for the characters that you like, and you'll be just fine. All right, meta isn't really everything in Princess Connect if you are not focused on the meta. If you're focused on the meta, I don't think you're gonna enjoy Princess Connect. Enjoy your waifus as a free-to-play friendly player and pretty much go from there. So to sum things up, I think Princess Connect Redive is fairly free-to-play friendly, mainly because I can get Nozomi within a month, you can get Maho after the next month, or you can instantly get Yukari, who is pretty much the best support in the game, to 2-star within like the first week of the game if you're pretty much pushing content, right? Then as far as arena goes, you can get Tamaki and Monica. Monica was used in Tamias' guide in order to essentially get 60k gems. Check that out. And then in Princess Arena, you can get Miyako, who was also used in Tamias' guide for 60k gems. And you can also get Hatsune, who's very PvP relevant. And she stays relevant pretty much forever because eventually she gets 6 stars as well. And not to mention, if we go over here into my JP account, you can see here that Kokoro, Yukari, Pecorine, and Lima, which are all 1-star characters originally, get 6-star forms, and they become the most dominant presence in Arena. It's one of those things where Princess Connect rewards its patient players, and if you want to pretty much push content and be constantly meta relevant, I don't think Princess Connect is going to be free-to-play friendly for you, because pretty much what happens is if you're constantly pushing content, you're constantly having to pull like the most relevant units, and you will suffer because of the fact that you are trying to constantly keep up. Princess Connect really isn't built for a hyper competitive scene for free to play. I think that goes without saying because of the fact that, you know, it took a crazy amount just to pity stuff like I showed earlier in the Google Sheets, right? What I'm trying to say is that if you want to be competitive, it's going to be a very non-free to play friendly game. If you stick with your waifus, you're loyal, eventually, you know, Yukari, who's absolutely amazing, Pecorine, Lima, and Kokoro, they will dominate and they will be pretty much part of the best. So all I can say for those who are looking into Princess Connect, remain patient, give it a chance, just play the game, try it out. If you don't like it, then drop it. If you like it, then keep it, you know what I mean? I'm not going to convince you to say this is the best gacha that's ever released. I'm going to say that it is free to play friendly if you remain patient. That's it for today's video. You made it this far, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Once we hit 7,500 subs, we'll be doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. You have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.